fuck. Is that the right channel? Dang, I gotta be some sort of dumb. Oh no, it was right channel.
All the said is on shut.
Yeah, and
All right, so we good.
let me check my YouTube first, just to make sure.
All right.
The ping should have came up. I don't know why it didn't.
Yeah, I hear myself. Okay, we're good.
The ping should
All
have came
right.
up.
Well, I know we got like some topics to discuss, but we ain't just gonna act like last night didn't happen. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So we gotta, address the elephant in the room. So, man, what y'all think about the performance overall?
It was cool. It was at first when me and my wife was watching it. So I missed a good amount of it because oh there it is. I missed a good amount of it because I had to like put my kids to sleep or put my kids to bed. But
Nigga slacking.
when I came back down and caught like the last part, um when he was saying like not like us and stuff, my wife told me that like she thought initially that it was lackluster because of it. She couldn't hear the crowd, and a lot of the stuff that was like message, like she didn't really. No, we weren't really getting it like the first time through, but as the night went on and we were get like things were getting made apparent of what the imagery of what all that stuff meant, and we saw it a second time when it was uploaded on YouTube, we were like, oh yeah. Now it's like I can't really debate. I can't really argue against someone calling him the greatest. You feel me? Just kind of like put that for me.
Wait, calling him a what?
The greatest. If they did that, like if they put their in their number one spot,
Yeah.
I wouldn't argue that now.
yeah, I wouldn't argue that anymore.
No, like I catch the performance too. He really did his thing, and I was a Wayne stan, but I don't think Wayne would have been able to pull a show off like that.
Nah, not at
I
all.
I, I rock with Wayne, but I feel like whoever made that decision, and I don't think it was Jay Z who did it, but like it was smart to go with Kendrick versus Wayne because there's no way Wayne would have gave a performance like he did. I don't think he would have. I
But
don't
but
think so.
but don't want to remember. I tried to tell you that a couple months ago. I'm like, it's no disrespect to Wayne, but it's just like I'm going based off from what I was seeing like from his last few performances or whatever. I'm like, I'm not saying he didn't have the catalog for it, but performance wise, it's just I can't see Wayne doing it in a professional way, especially something like that. Now
He
it
don't even remember half his lyrics sometimes. I
that
think that's what he said.
that
Yeah,
too. Like if this was 20 years ago, Wayne, or 15 years ago, or even like during like Carter 4, then I'll give it to him. You know what I'm saying? Because he really didn't have to do that much. He could have just stood there the whole time, and the crowd would go wild. But like
right.
now, it's just like he just be doing like some off the wall stuff, and it's just like, okay,
but
bro.
I was thinking about this though, because like thinking about like even Wayne. Like I know people was talking about if he would have like did the Super Bowl, like he could have brought out the Cash Money Crew, and I just thought that wouldn't have made sense because they like they not on that level. Like SZA and Kendrick, they complement each other like really well.
Right.
But who else Wayne would have had brought out with him? Because Juvenile and them, absolutely not. Like they not superstars like Wayne. They're not Super Bowl like they're not superstars, in my opinion. Like they legends, they OGs, but to bring them out at a Super Bowl, that just would have been like too ghetto. Like it just like nah. Like this is a different thing.
It's definitely. I think the songs that like you said, the Young Money members are famous for, like their most popular ones, they really wouldn't fit with the crowd that came to the Super Bowl. There's a lot of old people and a lot of like different generations of people that are there, and those seats are really expensive. So it's like I don't think that like they could resonate with a lot of Wayne's songs because if he was performing, he definitely would have pulled from songs from like fucking 10, 15 years ago.
He
And
would have had to, bro.
yeah, he wouldn't be pulling from any of his recent stuff because unless he brings out fucking Two Chains, and he wouldn't do that. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
no, I don't think two like, and I respect Two Chains, and Two Chains is a legend, but I feel like it's just when it comes to like Super Bowl, I'm looking at superstar status, and I'm
Yeah,
just like, I just kept on thinking like, who else Wayne would have been able to bring out because you say like them people in the audience, they not trying to like listen to Juvenile or you know, like
yeah.
no.
It would be. I mean, Manny Fresh would be cool, or like, but if he would go that back that far, but if he wouldn't, it would just be Drake and Nicki.
But see, like even if Wayne would have went, he would have had to use like some of his mainstream,
Yeah,
and some of his mainstream music. A lot of that has nothing to do with Manny Fresh. You know, like
right.
of course he got like hot songs with Manny Fresh, but his radio hits, I don't think Manny Fresh would have.
Mm-mm.
Them songs are not like you know what I mean.
Right. Yeah, I know. I mean, Manny Fresh wouldn't be there the whole time. He'd probably do like one song or two. But I mean, yeah, he wouldn't. The point is that like, yeah, nothing Wayne would do would be as good as what happened last night.
Yeah, I mean maybe in the future, but I just think that see it happening next year. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't know.
Nah, they gonna put like Billie Eilish up there or something next year.
Yeah.
My
And go ahead.
Now I was gonna say just my I'm gonna keep it short. Like my view on the whole performance. You already know. I'm gonna say he did fantastic. You know what I'm saying. My only issue, it did sound like the audio was like the mixing or whatever the audio engineers were doing was kind of off a little bit. Like I don't know if it was like intentional or whatever the case is. But overall, like I feel like Kendrick, like he handled it well. Like his breathing was well. Like that's something that I still have to like keep paying attention to whenever artists they be on these shows or whatever. It's like the breathing, like because he was doing all that movement and everything. And it's just like that's just kind of just hard to do unless like you know what you're doing and everything.
Right.
The message was perfect. The 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 shots was definitely on point. You know what I'm saying? Like I and my wife she had pointed this out to me because like I saw him smiling, but I just thought he was just doing it just to do it. Until when she pointed it out, like the reason why he was doing it because the minute he said Drake, it was just like, oh, okay, well, that kind of figures. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The only the only thing I had a feeling that people was going to hate on the performance because one, I know some people are probably going to be like, this is supposed to be a Super Bowl. It's not supposed to be about no hip hop beef or whatever the case is. They're going to hate on Kendrick because they're going to say some of the songs are probably bad or whatever and all this other stuff. Look, bro, they picked them for a reason. It is what it is. Because
Yeah.
as far as I know, when Janet was up there, people was hating on Janet. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure when the West Coast thing was going on, when it had Dre and whatever, nobody was hating on the West Coast stuff because guess what? It was in L.A. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
whoever was hating on it, they was just hating just to hate. So, and I'm pretty sure if things was different and if it was Drake on that corner, Drake would still probably be getting hate on that shit too. So
So
it's like it didn't really matter. Like Wayne, I think Wayne would if let me say this clearly. If Wayne was in his prime and he did his shows, it would have like I don't think people would have hated. I think people would have been fine with it. Didn't matter what crowd it was. But if Wayne of today had done something like that, they probably would have said it would have been the worst performance of every Super Bowl, like what they tried to title with Kendrick. And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like it's like so the whole thing about it is like what are y'all like really hating on the Kendrick performance for? Because some people's even rating it like 5 out of 10 or whatever. Like what's there to hate? You know, like
They don't resonate with what that music represents though. That's probably what it is. Is that yeah, the SZA songs were probably the most like well liked. But
yeah,
unless you were a part of the culture or the like a fan of rap, a lot of those songs you're not gonna fucking know. Like
And
when he did the last verse of Man in the Garden, I didn't know he would fucking do that. You feel me?
right,
But he did that and he did um Euphoria and shit. I didn't know that he was gonna put those songs on there. So it's
right,
like, cause I thought he would put more songs from Good Kid, Mad City, like Money Trees. I know Money Trees and those deserve to be there, but considering what he was doing, like the message he was portraying, I get why he chose what he chose. But it's like he wasn't trying to resonate with the crowd. He had something to say.
yeah,
You know?
and you know what? And I don't think people understand this. Is that people don't understand like the Super Bowl audience. Like they're going like when people choose artists for the Super Bowl, they're trying to pick the artist at the majority of the audience. And what is that majority of the audience is? That's not people that look like us, you know.
Right.
So so for example, like if you got 50, 60 year old, white men, that are like the big percentage of the Super Bowl audience, don't want to see Juvenile, BG, and Turk in them. So at the same time, I feel like Scissor was the perfect pick. I was kind of nervous because like last year, I was like, is they gonna pick YG or somebody like that? But I feel like Scissor complimented him like really well. Like you know, I feel like it wouldn't have been no other pick that would have been better. Like in my personal opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I feel
agree.
the same way.
And
It took me
then
a while. It took me a while to understand it though, but
she could possibly like have a solo performance. I feel like because she's at that level when we're talking about R&B, like she's one of the biggest R&B stars. So I feel like this would be a good segue into let's say 10 years later, she do her own solo performance. So ain't gonna lie,
mm,
he killed it.
But at a Super Bowl level,
Yes, because when you think of SZA is big. Like I'm talking about as in the R&B because R&B is in this weird state right now where like R&B is not R&B anymore.
right?
But if you put SZA name into it, what R&B artist is bigger than SZA?
her.
Who was her? You talking about her, the singer?
Yeah.
She's not bigger than SZA.
I mean, she's not bigger than SZA, no, but like I think she was before SOS came out.
She was, but that's why SOS put her at like a different category, like that album, because at first SZA's last album was pretty dope, but then that song Snooze, like come on, like
Yeah, Snooze
yeah,
was the one. Like
yeah,
Snooze, and I
Snooze,
think it was like Shirt or whatever it's called.
yeah, with Travis Scott, yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah,
then like the
so
last one that was produced by Dark Child. I forgot what that one was.
yeah, so you're talking about R&B, like SZA, and then it's her up under her. But there's no other R&B artist that I think is bigger than SZA right now. And she in a movie. Like, come on now.
Yeah,
Like, so I know Shaq probably like, what is y'all talking about?
No, no, I'm listening.
Yeah.
because I mean, yeah, they would have to go further back though for R&B artists that could fill a Super Bowl spot. But I think I think they got them all. If I'm not
Beyonce
mistaken.
done performed with twice already.
Yeah,
So
Beyonce performed twice. Bruno already performed. I mean, he didn't get his own slot, but if that counts, you know, he could probably get his own slot. I don't know if I think if he should probably get one
I mean,
if the Weeknd fucking got one.
yeah, I mean, it would make sense because with other, I was gonna say Summer Walker, but I think she didn't kind of like That she's not even at that level. Like
Yeah, nah.
she's still an Atlanta. She's still viewed as an Atlanta artist. But since we was talking about this, I did want to bring up like what other Southern artists besides Wayne could do a Super Bowl because I was thinking about it. When would they ever
Uh,
get like a top Southern artist that platform again? Because
they would
you
have
know,
to get like every. They would have to get like Texas artists like as a group.
Yeah.
You know, like if they put up like Paul Wall, Slim Thug would have to be there. But that's like these are all like regional songs. But the thing, like UGK could do it since they have songs with Jay Z. It's like that could work. Like and Jay Z could come out and
audience
do
gonna
his
want that.
verse, huh?
The audience is gonna want that. We talk about 50, 60-year-old white men. They're gonna be interested. I'm just asking.
I mean, they aren't even interested in Kendrick. They
Yeah.
know who he is, but it's like they also know who Jay Z is. So it's like if they're doing since they got like a 15-minute time slot, right, or a 13-minute time slot, they could do Get Throwed and fucking Big Pimpin' at the very least, and those have Jay Z. Those that would have the Jay Z slot, and then they would do their like Sitting Sideways and uh what the fuck was the other one? The really popular Paul Wall song
Just
like that
just
like
know
that too.
I'm gonna just say this. I would if I would say personally for like the old white man that's above 40, 50 or whatever the case is, I'm pretty sure they will still listen to like Houston artists. I ain't gonna say they'll know every song word for word, but like there may be some songs that they might actually like resonate with because
They
it's like
know Sitting Sideways.
yeah,
But
it's these are songs that from these are songs from artists from an older generation. They're nothing. It's nothing 2010. It's nothing, late 2000s, whatever. They're from like early parts. So I'm pretty sure a lot of older people, including white dudes, they will still prefer those guys over like somebody like Kendrick or Drake. In
Yeah.
my
I
opinion.
feel like in my opinion, Outkast would be a perfect look. I
Well,
mean,
they already went up there. Well, technically, because Big Boy had a slot.
they did.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he had a slot, and he did. I like the because Andre's not gonna fucking go up there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is that like the Big Boy slot was the Outcast slot, but since they couldn't get Andre because the label prevents them from performing together, so it's like since that's the case, it was just Big Boy, and Big Boy did his song. You feel me? Yeah, if they could get Andre and Big Boy up there, of course they would sell like a
Yeah.
lot.
Because it couldn't be no disrespect, but it couldn't be like Jeezy or Gucci, and I'm not saying that they not legends, but on that level, I just don't see that. Maybe 20 years from now, but as of right now, I don't think really any trap artist should really just. I don't think any trap artist made it to that Super Bowl level. My opinion.
Uh, I think Travis Scott could do it.
He already performed, didn't he?
T
No.
Ti would have been a perfect choice.
Oh, Ti, yeah, Ti could do it.
And,
T.I.?
and Ti and Jeezy. I'll put both of them
Well,
up there.
I don't know about Jeezy on his own. I know Ti could do it on his own.
I don't
But
think Jeezy's strong enough on his own.
yeah, nah.
You know,
Jeezy could do it. I feel like
On
he
his
could do it.
own,
Yes, bro.
he would have. I love it. He would probably do amazing, but his verse
Put on.
put on.
I would say. I would.
Yeah, they
All
would do
white
one.
horses.
That I would say I do, but it'll probably be his verse.
And Jay Z's.
Yeah, bro. Jeezy could do it.
I do would be so out of place though.
Okay. If we're not counting, I do. There's a whole bunch of Soul Survivor.
Okay, I'll give you Soul Survivor.
Come on, bro.
Oh, that shit. would
Bro,
be crazy.
come on, bro. Don't look. I ain't the
Jeezy still
biggest
really helps,
Jeezy fan, but like, put some respect on my boy's name, bro. Come on now.
No, yeah, come on. We know he's a legend and he's certified. We're just saying like
no, he would need help. In my opinion, he would still need that extra. Like, he would need that duo. I feel like that would really like that would really help him. So far as like on a Super Bowl level,
Yeah.
like Ti backing him would be a good help. I mean,
Ti
but
on
so
his
far,
own would be
but
crazy.
it would be. But I don't think besides them, I mean, what other Atlanta artists? Because I don't think Gucci Man, because Gucci Man has so much filler music that he has like 800 mixtapes. You know,
Yeah, he got a lot. If possible, Future, but
they're not gonna let
he,
that happen.
yeah,
Like, first,
he got problematic lyrics.
yeah, bro, it's the image. It'll be a lot of politics. I don't think he
Yeah,
would. You know, I believe Future could do one for sure, but I don't think he will be able to like physically put on a show like that because the way Future performs, if y'all ever watch one, it's not really like no performance.
right.
Do y'all think it all depends on like where the Super Bowl is at? Just kind of like going back on what y'all were saying, like how a lot of white people wouldn't really bump to like Ti or anything, but a lot of Southern white people be fucking with that shit.
Yeah,
So it's
Exactly.
like
Show.
it's like does it matter? Like, do you think that plays a part? Like where it's gonna be at? Because like, for example, like Ja Rule, niggas was like booing that nigga off because like nobody is from that era. But you forget to remember, Ja Rule was holding it down back
he
then.
was. Yes.
So it's like I think it just depends on like where it's at. Like since Ja Rule was where was that in the Nuggets stadium that he was doing that? Ain't nobody gonna remember him. But if he performed in like Brooklyn, like the Brooklyn Nets or the Knicks, I'm almost positive everybody would have like shouted him out and like was ready to actually hear him perform because that's where all of that like kind of came from.
It, it's
But so
it's certain regions. I'm gonna just say that it's a certain regions.
I don't think it matters. I mean, I don't not well. It matters, but I think those seats are going to be super expensive. So those that are in that region, they're just going to tune in, but they're going to tune in anyways, no
Yeah.
matter who it is on whatever.
Hold
streaming
on, bro.
platform,
I'm
whatever.
sorry. I'm sorry. We gotta go back to Jeezy again, bro. He
Why?
made a song for the fucking president, bro. He made a song for the president.
What song?
My president is black.
He can't say that shit. He's black.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just
And
saying.
then, bro,
I-
all them Snowman lyrics, you know, all that stuff like.
Bro,
is.
he got more shit than that, bro. He got more shit than that. Y'all, bro.
The question is, can he do a Super Bowl performance by himself?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
no, he cannot, bro.
Y'all tweaking.
You know who can? It ain't well. I don't know if you're only talking Atlanta, but if we're going outside of Atlanta, you know who can? T-Pain.
Yeah.
oh, of course.
Of course.
He could do it. You know,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think like this, right? Because these artists that we mentioning have talent, but it's the fact that okay, I was listening to something and it was saying that basically Wayne even came up in the conversation, even though he wasn't picked. With Jeezy, Ti, T Pain, like yes, they all hot artists. They all got like hits and classics. But would they even be in the conversation? Like, I just
yeah.
don't see T Pain being in the conversation. I know he could do it.
What
I
conversation though?
don't.
Like, what's the topic of that conversation?
I'm talking about being in the conversation just to even perform at the Super Bowl. Like, if
T-Pain could do it.
if somebody thinking like, man, we need to go with T Pain.
Yes, T-Pain can do it. He's Captain Hook of like that era. He could
Dog.
just sing the hooks that he was doing.
Dog, I'm
that's
so
enough.
hood. I'm so hood. The fucking
All I do is win. That's like played in every fucking sport.
yes, bro. Dog, bro.
Okay,
T-Pain
so-
got that shit, bro. T-Pain got that
So
shit
can
locked
he-
down.
Okay, all right. What can he like? Will he be able to physically perform? You know,
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
Bro,
Yeah, you see
totally.
his live performance. That nigga be pop locking and shit.
Yeah.
And those performances is like those performances be like an hour. He can do that shit for 15 minutes.
Bro
and
still
just
moves the same like from 20 years ago. Like he has not changed at all. As
And
far
that
as I
nigga
know.
sounds great without auto tunes as well.
exactly.
That
Yep.
part.
Oh, he would. The more I talk, well, never mind. I don't want.
Yeah.
I feel like
The more-
I feel like I feel like the status of the artist like actually should take place too because Wayne and all those other artists that you said, those are big artists, so they're bound to have a bigger performance, like a better performance, a well planned out performance versus like Jeezy. I'm not saying he's not gonna have a bad one, but it's not gonna be as big. You know what I'm saying? In comparison to the other
No,
mainstream, artists.
nah. If it was to if it was to be like rated whatever, Jeezy would probably be at the bottom. Like I'm not gonna like I ain't gonna lie about that. I'm just saying.
Right, but you said that can he do it on his own?
Yeah.
He could do it on his own, but it won't be as big as comparison to the Weeknd doing it on his own. You know what I'm saying?
Nah. I'm just talking. Okay, Weekend. When it comes to like performers and shit, like Weekend's like at a S tier. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying for like Ti, Jeezy, like, and I'm gonna just say T-Pain or whatever. Like them dudes, they're like at A tier. I'll say A tier. Well, T-Pain is like in the mid. He's in the between. He's in between.
No, T-Pain is way more qualified for Super Bowl than The Weeknd is, or The Weeknd was.
What?
When he did it. When The Weeknd did it, he could only perform the songs from like 2 albums. He couldn't go back to like the House of Balloon or what the
But
fucking.
that's enough, though. What do you mean?
It is, but T-Pain has more than that. From just choruses alone.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Is that like I think T-Pain's qualified, more than qualified.
I'm
just saying. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm just saying, rappers wise, if we was like do like a top 10, I'll still put Jeezy up there. That
okay.
At least for me.
All right. Well, if y'all gonna put Jeezy and Ti, then what about Gucci?
He would be the lowest of the 3.
Why?
His topic of songs, bro.
He has songs that are hits that definitely did, like you said, definitely did resonate with us in the South. But I don't know. I don't hear the props of him from other regions and stuff.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Is that like since he's performing, the president's gonna be there. It's like, and also his record, like the stuff that he's done. I don't know if they put that into effect too. It's like, I don't know. Like, that would probably be like the most problematic pick, unless he's like a feature with somebody else.
I do.
That's like putting the baby up there, damn near.
I do remember there was a time like it was some football game or whatever. I think it was the Falcons or whatever. And when it came to Future, like I remember they was playing like his songs and shit, you know. And even though we were all aware of the topics that Future has in the songs, like he could still be. We could put him over Gucci Mane. You know what I'm saying? Because like with Gucci, it's like, and there's no disrespect to Gucci. It's just like I don't think anybody will really consider homie just being at a Super Bowl like that. And it's not because he can't do it with some of his songs. It's just, we just know majority of his songs are not. I'm gonna just say family friendly. I'm gonna just say that.
Future can do it.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say another thing add to the Gucci conversation. Some of his best mixtapes are not even mainstream. Like, if you ever go back, like first of all, Gucci probably got over 200 mixtapes, you know. But if you ever go back to some of his best mixtapes, like they're not mainstream. Like the average person probably wouldn't know what's Gucci best mixtape because he has so much underground music per se. Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, I feel like it'll be a lot of filler. I don't even think he would have 10 songs to perform like that. Like on a radio level hit, like on a like worldwide hit, does Gucci even got 10 songs to, you know? I don't even think he may have that.
Not counting features, right?
I mean, I don't think he would have to perform with somebody else. I don't think Gucci could go by himself, you know, and pull off a Super Bowl.
I just know. I just know
during Bruno's.
I just know probably the few songs he can do is the one with Wayne, the one with Sierra, the one with fucking.
Wait, so is it like a risk, or is it not really known for artists to perform mixtapes at a Super Bowl, or that's just kind of like something you don't do?
Well, I mean, because Gucci, a lot of his mixtapes are not like Wayne. Like, think of a Wayne mixtape. Like, Wayne's mixtapes were more known because Wayne didn't have 50, 60 mixtapes. I mean, Gucci has like so much music, and some of that music, is not mainstream. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of
Yeah.
Gucci's music is not mainstream. Like a lot of people may know it from the South. I remember when he dropped Trap God 2 and Trap House 1. Like them are more so like locally Southern people know those mixtapes, but in New
Mm,
York, is people gonna really know all of Gucci's mixtape like a Southern person would, you
yeah.
know? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. My boy Shaq, why you quiet?
No, I'm listening.
Yeah, yeah. Nah,
Future
but
could do it. The more
I
I'm
had
talking about,
one.
he could. Oh my bad. What you saying?
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Trey.
I'm just saying, like, if Future came out, he could just do like that. He could probably do,
Tony
oh,
Montana.
yeah, Tony Montana, March Madness.
Turn off the
The whole
lights.
DS2. Just do the whole DS2 album.
Really though, like just.
Just like the whole Dirty Sprite 2 from top to bottom, man. Like
He's not
that's
playing no two sisters at no fucking Super Bowl, bro. Come on now. He ain't playing that shit. He ain't playing groupies at the Super Bowl, bro.
But you gotta think about it, like, man, bro could do it. Like
That's what I'm
besides
saying.
all
I
the
know Future, he can get that shit down. You know what I'm saying? He's
and he
damn
don't
near
need
at
help
pop.
either.
He's damn near at a pop artist level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
And he don't need anybody. I don't think he would be like Future should bring out like a Young Thug or something like that. He can go right by himself, like just solo, you know.
yeah.
But yeah. So
Also, Tariq, we was gonna talk about still talk about that drill scene with New York and like how
Oh,
like Demond, you can explain it a little better.
now okay, so like when we was discussing like what like last week, we were just talking about like the rise of New York drill and like how is it 'cause I feel like it's so different than like Chicago drill back in 2011, 2012. And
yeah.
it's like these kids is really like 12, 13, you know. But I feel like in New York drill, they kind of like making hits in a way where like in Chicago drill, I mean, their music wasn't really scratching the surface like that, like on a mainstream level. So that's just crazy to me. Like,
I think like yes, over time, like as like the time we're in now, it doesn't really it's not really popping for Chicago, especially because a lot of those artists either died or they just stopped making music, or you know what I'm saying, like something happened. But the thing with New York, the thing that I don't like is because it doesn't sound like it's a New York type of drill. Like if you're gonna bring drill into New York, make it sound like New York. These niggas is just yelling on the thing with old ass beats. Like the beats be sounding cool. I'll be like, damn, this beat is nice. Then you hear a nigga start yelling, it's like, all right, bro, like that's not even what drill is. Like, could you imagine if that like 3 6 Mafia, like if that style got to New York and niggas was yelling on the beat and they were like, yeah, this is how we represent 3 6 Mafia, niggas would be clowning them. It's like, bro, no. So it's like I don't understand why that was a thing. Like I don't understand why drill sounded like that. When Pop Smoke was a thing, that's where it should have kind of took off. Maybe not sounding like him, but like that was probably the best type of drill. I don't even know if he was a drill artist, but that I feel like that is a perfect representation of how drill should sound in New York. Now you got clowns screaming about nothing, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, this is why trap in New York don't even sound good, or none of the genres in New York sound good. But when y'all niggas was talking about West Side Gunna and Benny the Butcher, I was like, yes, sir. Like, let's talk more about
Yeah.
that, because that's a perfect way of, like you said, it's more than just one artist. It's three of these niggas like that are actually, you know what I'm saying, making that sound for New York. And I feel like that has a better chance of growing out versus drill, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I understand that like not a lot of people want that sound. Like they would prefer the drill sound because I guess how it makes you feel. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know. I don't really listen to drill music especially in New York. That's the stupid. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, man, I just really don't understand why it's gone the way that it's gone. But I don't know. There's not really much that you could do. Is it still like trending? Because I don't even know. Is it like
I,
still trending now?
I mean, it's kind of like on hold right now because K Flock was kind of like one of them guys, and he in jail right now. But I mean, bro had that him and Dougie B, whatever, like the dude that got the song with Cardi B,
Mm-hmm.
like they was really doing that thing. Like I didn't like the music, but I know it was kind of like, and I used to see it all the time in the algorithm, but I think it's on hold for a minute. I just feel like the whole drill era should just be gone, like in general, because it's not good music. Like if you thinking about like a lot of Chicago drill music, a lot of that
Yeah.
music, it wasn't good music. Like it wasn't like you
It
know.
was good to them because like they popularized it, so it was good to them and it made sense to them. Now, it like I said, like if drill in New York sounded different, then I would have a different opinion about it. But the fact that it's not taken seriously and it's a bunch of kids that are just yelling on it, who's like you said, like the whole thing needs to be dead for that reason. But when popular artists of drill during Chicago, like let's just say that 2013, when it sounded good, niggas was like, oh yeah, like this is our sound, like this shit sounds good, like we're going, basically add more to it, make it sound better, and kind of go from there. But everybody got a hold of that. The same thing with T Pain. Everybody got a hold of the auto tune and made it sound worse.
Yep.
And now that left T Pain to not really be T Pain no more. And that's how I feel about drill music. Like everybody got a hold of it and made it sound worse, and now niggas don't even want to hear that shit no more. So
They
I
should go
agree
back to
with
the
you.
sound that they had beforehand though. Like
Exactly. Exactly.
because I mean, there's a lot of there is a good amount of artists that are doing it. It's just they're not pushed as much as they should be because what people either don't know or forget is that Joey Badass was a part of a whole group which was Pro Era,
Exactly.
and it's like why the fuck are they not getting pushed up? And same as the other members of Griselda. Like I think Matt Kami is a part of it, or
Yeah.
like they. I mean they. Well, the Griselda gang. I ain't gonna lie, they be getting their flowers. Like most of the people there, but
Hmm.
like Flatbush Zombies, like they're good.
Oh,
It's
most
it's
that.
it's like they should be pushed way more for the New York scene than the drill rappers were. But since like y'all saying that drill is like in a state of like limbo damn near, it's the time to do that now, especially since Joey Badass put himself in the line of fire. The other New York niggas should have, capitalized on that, but they're not. They're just sitting there letting Joey get the fucking get like roasted and shit for the stuff that he was saying, which was
What
Mhm.
was he
like
saying?
basically just saying like when he the whole West Coast dick licking thing, where like he was basically saying that everybody's right now too focused on to like West Coast hip hop and making it seem like that it's just West Coast, like hip hop
Hmm.
as a whole is just that. And he came through with that song was like it's time for us to be on our shit. Like New York niggas need to get back on our shit, and we gotta prove to them that we are the lyrical niggas. But
But see, that's the thing though. We were on our shit, and then we let niggas like 6ix9ine get in the fucking game and fuck that up for everybody. And then it
yeah,
was like, okay, if we're gonna let 6ix9ine, basically, this nigga was saying he was the king of New York. In what hip hop
yeah.
century would we ever claim 6ix9ine to be the king of New York? You know what I'm saying? Like that's how you know, like no one's taking New York seriously. So I don't know what Joey Badass is like. Why he would say that when it's not. It's not really like the lyrical artist's fault. It's the audience that want to hear 6ix9ine. You know what I'm saying? 50 Cent. 50 Cent. I was like in shock when he said this, but he was like, they were like, 50 Cent, would you ever do a song with 6ix9ine? He was like, yeah, he's the hottest artist out right now. When he said that, I
Yeah.
was like, damn. So basically, like lyrics and meaning and stuff like that don't really like mean nothing. Now it's just like who's the fastest trending artist and how can I make money off of it?
Well, I think now that it's kind of shifting away from that though, because
Yeah.
like around the time that 6ix9ine was at the forefront, that I gave you that like that definitely was the fucking case. But like I was talking about like the way Joey Badass is shaping it now is that since people like 6ix9ine aren't really getting that type of attention anymore for basically being gimmicky and shit, and it's seeming that now hip hop is, or rap as a whole, is being taken a lot more seriously because of the ones that are now around and still putting out fucking content. I think that he was just saying, this is how I interpret it. I don't really know the true message, but I'm just interpreting it as that, like, now it's like you don't have to only focus on West Coast music. There's also, real niggas in New York that are good too, and we over here need to push that forward. And
Okay.
like,
Go ahead.
that's like, that was just, he was basically like saying that, and the way that I was seeing it, and then like how the other New York artists should have, well, they still have the chance to like be pushing out their content and show like that's really what it's about. At least how what Joey Badass is trying to shape it.
I 100% agree with that. But this is the thing: the West Coast, like, let's take it all the way back to the '90s.
Right.
Everybody could, like, it's without a doubt that the East Coast had too many lyrical niggas that would kill any West Coast artist back then.
Right.
But the thing about West Coast is that West Coast still sounded good to a point where after that era was done, we had niggas like YG, The Game, and like everybody after that. So they never really fell off.
New York
fell off.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I got you now. Okay.
So it was like after that, I'm not saying that they're bad, but we had niggas like ASAP, and you know what I'm saying, like, which was cool. Like, it was a cool sound, and we had Joey, which was cool, but it wasn't enough. The West Coast has been holding it down since, oh my God, bro, like since like day one.
Yeah.
So it's like for us to go from having those kinds of artists to having niggas like 6ix9ine and all these drill, it's like it kind of like we kind of deserve that slap in the face, because it's like, bro, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, in my personal opinion, like, I just think that, like you say, that spot is up for grabs, because right now, I mean, we think about the legends of the South, as of right now, I mean, I don't think the legends in the South can consistently, still put out music and people care. Like, you're okay, like 2 Chainz rap. Do people care if he drop another album? Do people care if T.I. drop another album? So I feel like there's opportunity for that spot to be taken from the South, because people don't care about Gucci dropping another album anymore. So, Wayne announced the Carter 6. Do people really care about another Carter album? So it's like that spot is up for grabs, because a lot of these Southern OGs, a lot of people don't care no more.
Yeah.
So
well,
yeah,
2 Chainz just came out with an album. I forgot to fucking hear it, to listen to it. I was today, but he just came out with a collab album with Larry June, and from what I heard, that it was really good. Larry June and Alchemist. So I was like, that type of 2 Chainz is what I wanted. So I can't wait to hear it. But it's just like you said, yeah, there needs to be a fucking a Southern artist that is like able to put like the South back on the map.
Yeah, because I mean, right now, who do we have right now in the South that right now we care about? I ain't talking about what album dropped in 2007. I'm talking about right now in 2025. What Southern artist right now could drop and then everything just stops?
Big Crit.
Denzel Curry.
Yeah. That's the only 2 that I can think of right now. It's like Big Crit and Crit could, but like it has to be like old, like not old, but like rap Crit, because obviously the last album that he came out with was like an R&B inspired one, but it's like, unless you count the EPs and shit. But if he comes out with a full-fledged like album of him just doing that Southern stuff, niggas is gonna fuck with it, like just like they did with the last ones.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, I know this probably not gonna happen, but Andre, like, I feel like he was to ever hypothetically, he was to ever just say, you know what, y'all, I want to come back and show y'all how it's done. I feel like a lot of people will tune in, because that verse that he did on Killer Mike's album, that was a really good verse, and that really had me excited, like, but. Yeah,
apparently that was an old verse too.
What?
Yeah, apparently that was a verse that they had for like years.
Yeah.
I think
I would say Kanye, but that's not a thing anymore.
Yeah. Now, I was gonna say, I think I definitely agree. Like, who's gonna represent the South? Like, I definitely want to hear that. But I think also not only just like an artist per se of a like particular place, but just genres like that need to be like that need to come back. Like, I'm like as corny as it may sound, but like shit like jazz or like R&B, like all of that, all of those like artists, like I mean those genres need to kind of trend back for all of these like
Yep.
states and regions and stuff
Yep.
because
Yeah.
that's how it used to be. That's what I loved about like music back in the day because it wasn't just one genre that was trending. It was all of these. And then what made it cool was that they mixed too. Like this nigga Little Wayne did a whole song with a rock band. I ain't seen
Yeah.
nobody do that since Denzel Curry, bro. So it's
Yeah, Jay
like
Z did it.
it's
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that type of blending is needed.
Yeah. So it's like if we can do that instead of trying to focus so much on what artist is gonna pop up, I feel like that will help other artists like kind of trend if we put those genres back up to where they need to be. Because like I remember me and Shaq, we were talking about this, but he was like, "Bro, trap is so dead. It's like it's ridiculous," and it is. It really is, bro. Because like everybody is just waiting for the next flow, the next beat, the next artist to sound alike, and then that's it. And it's like, no, it shouldn't work like that. It should be like we could make all these genres trend and everything like that so that music can sound better and give other artists opportunities to sound good with that too. That's why when y'all were talking about the R&B, I was like you really think about it, SZA is really the only one. But it's
And
not
what?
because but hold on. It's not because she's just at the top of her game. It's because R&B has changed. Now, if we take it back to the way it used to be, we'll have a lot of other artists trending. Since
Yeah.
SZA is like way up there, it's like you can only think of like SZA and maybe a couple of artists under her. Not saying she's the best. I'm just saying she's just
The
at the
most
top right
trending.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And this like, bro, SZA actually like collaborates with many different artists. Like she'll do a song with Travis, do a song with Kendrick, like then get on the Khaled album. Like, and I just think that like back to collaborating.
The
And
most
I just
surprising fucking. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Sorry, I
hmm?
thought you were done. My bad.
Go ahead, bro.
I was just adding to what you were saying. Like the most surprising thing that I saw SZA do was have that fucking old dirty bastard verse
Man,
in
what?
that one on SOS. I forgot what song it was, but it was an old dirty. It was an old. It was that beat was cool, but it had an old dirty bastard. Like I don't know if it was unused, but it was a verse.
I mean, like for her, she even sampled all the stars.
Yeah,
I mean, the song wasn't that good, in my opinion, but it just still was an attempt that, like you say, SZA, he was saying earlier, like man, like SZA's like the top, when it comes to R&B, and it's because it's not like it is many people out there, but when it comes to like collaborating and being hands on with the music, a lot of artists I don't think are like that. I was just telling Shaq this. I say I want to do the average rapper even like mix their music, like or even help mix their music. And I just feel like what Tyreek was saying, these trap artists they're not hands on with their music. They just load up a beat, do a rack verse, and that's why trap is so still right now. It's not
yeah,
fun.
yeah. But that's just trap though. Like
It used to
uh,
be better. It used to be
it
better.
definitely,
Come
yeah,
on.
it definitely did. It's like I think that crossing genres is like key because when Nelly and fucking Ja Rule did it, it was like unheard of at that time. Because like, how the fuck? I don't even know how to this day Nelly got Tim McGraw. You know what I'm saying? And that's like country LeBron James. So or country Michael Jordan. So it's like getting him in a song is that shit's crazy. Like that type
Hmm.
of crossover would be needed for rap. But rap is at the top now as a genre as a whole for a genre. It's like whenever somebody comes out, it's like they have to listen to the new trending rap album or else like they're behind on society damn near. That's what it feels like to me, or at least when I look online.
Like even myself, I've been trying to like experiment, get into pop music or something, cause I ain't really been feeling rap like that, and but still, I still got that hunger for rap music because even when I go to pop music, it looks still over there. Like,
Yeah.
like, what you were saying, Shaq?
I didn't say anything. I'm listening.
Oh, nah. But I did want to bring up this topic. So Shaq, he's totally against Polo G, and I'm like, man, what is it about him? And, like the disconnect because Shaq is like, look, he is not feeling Polo G at all. Like Trevor, what you think? Like, what you think about Polo G as an artist?
I have very limited knowledge on Polo G, but from certain songs that I heard, Polo G does have a sound that is very niche. Like I think Shaq just doesn't resonate with a lot of that stuff for Polo G.
Yeah,
That's probably what it is.
So
'Cause-
I'm gonna let you finish in a second. Remember when we was talking about like when he had sampled that Michael Jackson song? I think it was "Smooth Criminal."
yeah.
Yeah. So that's one of my favorite Michael Jackson songs, right? So if you're gonna sample something like that, do the shit right, however you want to do it. I heard the shit. Trevin said that if Michael was still alive, he would have liked it.
Yeah.
Personally, in my opinion, I would have told Michael to go back in that casket because that shit was not it.
Bro, it's not about that, bro.
Bro,
That nigga Michael let anybody do
And-
if it was any sort of if it was coherent in any way, Michael would have let anybody do his shit, bro.
and I told Dewan that I'm like, Michael, he was real easy with, like, from what you told me, he was like really easy with, well, even when I found out like a whole bunch of artists sample Michael and Michael did not have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? Compared to Prince would not let you sample at all, But
Yeah.
look, bro, when the 2020s just came around and all these other random artists just started just popping up, Polo G was one of them. I did not see the hype. I did not. Like, I would expect more from Lil TJ than Polo G, and that's only because
Polo G been out longer than that though.
He's been out.
2020.
I know, but it's just that like it just didn't click with me. You know what I'm saying? And I'll give younger artists a try. You know what I'm saying? Like I then went from the Trippie Reds to Juice WRLDs to all them other dudes, whatever. I gave all them dudes a chance. You know what I'm saying? Until they just either fell off or passed away. But But with Polo G, it's just he gives off like a Fortnite rapper. Like that's somebody you just you just put on when you're playing Fortnite with your friends, bro.
Oh nah, I can't. Nah,
Dog.
I can't.
Dog, nah.
Polo.
Dog, bro.
No, Polo got some real fucking songs. Bro.
I'm pretty sure he do, but it's like I hate that I have to bring this up. I don't like the nigga's voice. All right, 1, 2, I don't like the nigga's flow. It's not flowing. You know what I'm saying? That shit sounds like, you know how water is supposed to be flowing? That shit looks like if if it was like crushed ice mixed with like cow milk. You know what I'm saying? It just.
But he's like one of the originals of like that type of voice and flow though.
That's cool, but guess what? There's other niggas who probably do it better than you. Do I know any of them? No, but look, bro. I might sound like a hater, so be it. Nigga, it just ain't clicking with me. When the one asks me who I'll put, either Lil TJ or Polo G, I'll put Lil TJ. And I don't like both them little niggas because okay, so here's my thing, bro. Because I felt this way about Kodak too. Whenever I look at your personality, I don't care if I know you or not, but the way how you act, like around people and like how you treat your fan base or whatever, I have a bias against you. You know what I'm saying, or towards you, whatever the case is, however you say it. Polo G, he's just too. I don't want to say cocky, but it's just like he got blown. Like people like blowed up his head to feel like he was like that guy. Just like when niggas trying to compare a Lil Baby to fucking Wayne. Like, all right, bro, chill that shit out. Chill that shit out. So
I mean, yeah, the little baby to Wayne comparison was
That was crazy.
yeah,
That was
so
crazy.
so when this nigga started like naming his albums like the GOAT or I'm the GOAT or something like that, I'm like, little nigga, no, chill out, bro. Stop. You're a Fortnite rapper. Chill this shit out. You getting mad because now these fucking streamers supposedly are making more money than you, which is not really the case. It's just fucking business. And you're mad because you try to be Kais and that. Well, nigga, you don't even know how to control yourself, bro. Like I'm trying to remove the character from the music, but it's hard for me. I don't like him, bro. I don't like him. And I had the same issue with Kodak back then when the Nipsey stuff was going around and he disrespected his wife and everything. But over time, I gave Kodak another chance. I even went back to bro's old catalog, and I was like, okay, Kodak's really that guy, and he grew up. You know what I'm saying? Well, I can't speak for him now because he's got a lot of issues or whatever, but that's neither here or there. But that's just my thing, bro. It's just like even if I don't like your music, I just want to see you elevate yourself. And Polo G, he's not that. Granted, he's still young, you know, so I'm gonna give him that. But rapping wise, it's just not clicking with me, bro. It just not click. And Lil TJ, he's okay, but when he got out of prison, I mean not prison, out of the hospital after he got shot a whole bunch of times, and he did that Mini Man remix, shit was straight buns, doo-doo, GameStop, game case, bro. Like these 2020 niggas, 2019 niggas, these YMW Melly, whatever the fuck they are niggas, bro. Keep them niggas away, bro. Keep them niggas. I'd rather would listen to 6ix9ine more than these niggas, bro. And that's just
crazy.
me.
You brought up YNW Millie, and I just came across a tweet about that nigga.
Yeah, but dog, it's something about those 2018, 19, like Gunna and Baby, they're doing their thing, right? But 2019 and 2020 was just a fucking weird place. And surprisingly, out of all them niggas that came out during that time, King Von was better than the rest of all them niggas. And it just sucks that nigga had to get bodied while we left with this trash. You know, but it's whatever. It's whatever. I don't listen to none of them niggas like that anyway. I don't give a fuck. Fuck them. You know.
but you know what? I kind of feel like that with YoungBoy because I'm not even into that type of. But numbers wise, YoungBoy is crazy. You know, I don't understand the music. I feel like it's filler music. You know, he drops like 25 songs an album, and he drops 6 albums a year. Yeah. I'm like, who is streaming this?
So
like,
exactly,
bro drops 6 albums a year, 25 songs each.
Okay,
and it's like, I'm like, how? I'm not getting it. I don't understand it. But when I look at the numbers, I'm like, bro, it's like, ain't he one of the most streamed artists on Spotify or something like that? But bro is big, but I don't understand the music.
So let me explain my point of view when it came to YoungBoy, right? So my brother, when I first heard with YoungBoy, I was like 21, I believe. I was 21, and my brother, he was like, I want to say he's 5 years younger than me. He was like 16 or whatever the case is, and I'm listening to him. But he just sounded like he was just like a, you know, they weren't using this term back then, but he just sounded like he was like a crash out and whatever with his, you know, Baton Rouge accent, whatever. And I asked Isaiah, I'm like, yo, what's the big deal with this guy? 'Cause I keep hearing his name everywhere. And he got kid after kid and shit. And he's just like, people just resonate with his music. Okay, whatever. Years pass on by. I started hearing him like on SoundCloud remixes. I'm like, okay, I heard the Outside. I'm going outside to do whatever the fuck it's called. That song was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? And then 2021, 2022, we're talking about YoungBoy again. And I had a homie and he had asked me, like, do you listen to YoungBoy like that? I'm like, not really, but he's okay. And he was telling me that, like, unless you've been through what YoungBoy went through, you're not gonna really click with his music. And I'm like, I get that, but I still got a fucking ear. You know what I'm saying? Because I never went through what fucking like all these Atlanta rappers been through. I never been through what fucking Big and everybody else went through, but I've been through some shit, you know? So
Yeah.
it has nothing to do with me going through what Young Boy went through. It's just, can you just make some fucking music? So I did my research. I went back to Young Boy's first mixtape album, whatever that had Birdman on it or whatever. I fuck with the album. It was cool. I liked it. I listened to the next project after it. It was still good. And then I think it was the next album when he had like, I think I had like all those microphones in like in front of him or whatever, and it was like a white background. I started to fall off a little bit, but it was still cool. But after 2020, something was going on. Something was going wrong with homie. He just started having like these fucking 20 plus songs, and like niggas going through phases. Like I get it. Like you was getting locked up. You was having baby mama drama and all this other shit, beefing with Dirk and whatever. But nigga, you mean to tell me that you was listening to you can listen to a whole album by yourself and think this shit is fine? Fuck no. Shit was straight garbo. For like the past 2 or 3 albums after 2020, it was nothing but just straight a couple songs, but everything else was like crash out shit. And the only last project that I actually listened to, I thought it was somewhat decent, was the one where like I think it was the album cover that looked like Roddy Ricch's album cover, and he sounded like fucking Cardi on there, which is fucking ironic, but you know it is what it is. And then after that, it's just like and the project with him and Birdman's face, which is such a disgusting art cover, but.
Yeah.
Like, Young Boy, when he's focused, or like when he didn't have all that shit going on, I would have said he would have been a decent artist. And with the right guidance, if he would have took it, he would have been on his shit, you know? But he had too much going on, or whatever the case is. Like now, and I get it, he was also trying to get out of his label too, so that's probably why he was just trying to just drop a whole bunch of bullshit music and pull a Frank Ocean, you know? So it's like, I get it, but like, nigga, like, we don't need all these fucking songs, bro. And I don't know, whenever we'll get another Young Boy project again, it seemed like dude still got shit going on, but I don't know. Young Boy, he's a special case, bro. I don't hate him, but I just want him to do better. It's simple like that.
You know, going back to more like on a lyrical level, you know, because I know, you know, like, y'all like the lyrical, you know, guys or whatever. And one artist I want to bring up is YBN Cordae. YBN Cordae, he could rap. Now, personally, you know, sometimes I get kind of bored listening to him, but I don't know where's the disconnect between the young generation and YBN Cordae, because some people say, like, oh, okay, they remind him of J. Cole, but it's just something about the music that I feel like is missing. I don't know if it's because people are like, they're not entertained by him or something, but I feel like he has potential, but I just feel like there's something like hindering him for his from his music getting to a higher level, because bro could rap. He's somewhat consistent. He kind of reminds me of Big Sean in a way. I don't know what's preventing him from getting to that next level as an artist, because he can rap. What y'all think?
What I think? Oh, go ahead.
For Cordae, for me, a lot of his bars are just surface level. So it's like you know what he means by certain things from the first time that you hear the bar, and that's a problem that even J. Cole had when he was coming out, because during the Born Center days, a lot of people, even though his songs were on the radio a lot of people were saying that the nigga was just born, and he was being carried by whoever was on the feature or whoever was on the chorus and stuff like that. And I think Cordae needs to get over that hurdle, because for him, every time he's on a song with Wayne or with another person, they have the better verse than him, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like they're the reason why you go back to that song, not for Cordae, because Cordae don't be saying shit that much. He almost did. Like, he almost was like, in my opinion, he was on par with Wayne with Saturday Mornings, but Wayne still was better. You feel me? And it was just I don't know how he's gonna get over that. That's for him to do. That's just my opinion.
I
Was Tyreek saying something?
oh yeah, go ahead,
Yeah,
Tariq.
I was just gonna say. I mean, I don't know how big or how small this little tweak can be, but I feel like it's also the producer as well. Like, yes, he can rap and stuff like that, but it also depends on what beats he rapping on because J. Cole, even back then, he was rapping on a lot of beats that were sampled good and they were made pretty efficient to where he's like, all right, I can't write no average corny shit. Like, I got to write something good. And so it definitely starts with the beats. Now, I haven't really listened to a lot of his songs. I have a couple of songs that I like by him, but I definitely agree. Like, his bars are surface level. Like, they're not anything to be impressed by. But I think it's also that producer. If he got a serious producer, he worked with other producers that can actually make good tracks. Like, for example, Alchemist. I feel like that would boost his like writing up a little bit more. But since he's never really elevated to that level, it's like, okay, well, we're not gonna really give you that prop if you're not gonna take it upon yourself to be like, all right, I need to get better producers or producers where I can actually write a story or write something that will grab the audience attention. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I I think it might be something different too. I think because now it may sound a little cliche saying it, but like I think because like he doesn't have anybody else like him in his class. Like if he, I feel like if he came out during like the time like around the early 2010s when like niggas was being somewhat lyrical while still trying to like be cool in their own fucking way, I feel like he would like he I feel like he would have had like more of a reason to like, go harder. You know what I'm saying? Or like at least try like write down his pen a little more. But since he's in a class where it's just like not anybody's really being too lyrical besides like the lyrical ones in his age group or whatever the case is, it's like I feel like he's just kind of stuck. It's like who's he really who's he rapping to at this point? You know, like who you trying to gravitate? And I can't really answer that right now. I can't even give a good guess because I only listened to that one Corday album, and I didn't even finish the fucking album because I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was pretty boring. You know what I'm
Which
saying?
one?
Because when he did that song, when he was like kind of throwing some jabs at J. Cole with the 1985 shit, I had a lot of potential in that dude. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, okay, he's talking his shit. He's about it. He left his boys behind. He trying to be on some grown man shit. I'm like, okay, do your thing. Album comes out, and it's not bad. Not even the beats. The beats wasn't that bad either. They weren't boring or anything like that. He wasn't really talking about anything.
Are you
And
talking about like which album are you talking about?
the first one, the very first one,
The Lost Boy, I think.
Lost Boy?
yeah, like
They had too many references.
yeah, he didn't say anything like he did. There wasn't no song that made me really want to just go back and just like tune in. You know what I'm saying? And after that, he had like a little drought period for a while. Like he wasn't really doing anything. He came back with another album. I didn't listen to it. The only song I heard was the one with him and Wayne. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the only verse I remember was Wayne's. Like, I just feel like right now, I'm not saying that Corday needs to like stop or anything like that, but it's like I don't know what he can do at the moment because he's in this mixture of like he wants to still be lyrical and do his thing, but he's also stuck and he doesn't know what to do because his audience is just like all over the place.
Well,
Yeah, go ahead.
in my opinion, like what he's doing is working because he got an Eminem feature, and it's like, in the same project that he had the Wayne feature, and it's like, in my like I get what you're saying, but like for my problem with the Lost Boy was that there were two songs that were basically like covers of older rap songs
Right.
at the very least, because there was a Bad Idea, which is basically On My Block, and fucking what was the other one? The one with Meek Mill, the that one was basically "Can't Be Live" by Jay-Z.
Right.
So it's like you're not listening to those in instead of fucking the other ones or like the originals, but like I mean, there still was. I still had some favorites on those albums, but it was because of the beats. It wasn't because of him, which I think, is, like you're saying, it's still just he needs to set himself above, just set himself even like above where he is right now, to where the beats aren't carrying him. Because he
Right.
be getting some tight fucking beats on his projects.
And you know, and I will say this, just adding to like the Corday conversation is that things is different now. Like it used to be a time where an artist will sign to another artist and kind of sit up under another artist and try to
Hmm.
like kind of get that guidance and get that game before they just go out there and do their own thing. And you see now times has kind of changed because apparently on that last Wayne song that Corday did with Wayne, Saturday Mornings, I think,
Yeah.
uh, Wayne made him, redo the verse like 3, 4 times. You know, and
Really?
yeah, no, yeah, for real. That's what he said. Wayne had him, change the verse like 3, 4 times, and he trusted Wayne's opinion. But even the final product wasn't all that. But at the
Yeah.
same time, I feel like that would be really dope if that happens again because he has potential. But and I think a little bit of what Shaq said too. He blew up around 2018. Like it was a lot. The trap scene was really big. So I don't even know who his audience is because when you have a bunch of Playboy Cardi fans in your comments talking about your trash, like that's who they're fans of. Those little kids are fans of the Cardis and the Uzis. So like, who's his audience? Because a lot of people that may be 12, 13 probably not listening to Corday. Like, who's his core audience? And I just think that he don't really have an audience like that. I just think his music is just like it's out there, but I don't think he got like a specific audience, that's tapped in with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely needs that.
Nah, for real. Cause bro got potential. I'm gonna give him about five more years, like to make something happen.
That's reasonable enough. 5 years.
I mean, at the same time though, it's like you can give him 5 years, but like it just depends on how rap is going to be in 5 years because we don't. That's what I'm saying. I feel like I'm not gonna say that rap is dead, but because niggas say that shit like almost every single generation. But it's just like we don't know what spot they're in right now. Like
It's the top of the world.
it's in the top of the world, but it's just like what's the sound? Like what everybody wants to gravitate to? Because like we have all right, so off subject a little bit. Like the one we have a coworker, right? And right now all he's listened to, well, he feel like what he rather wants to vibe to at the moment is female rap because he feels like that female rap is pretty much taking over rap at the moment. At the moment.
That's not a separate genre though. That's just rap.
No, 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 no. But it's just like it's not a separate genre, but it's just like it's more like a I don't want to say like a topic thing, but it's more of like a like it's not like one of those things where it's just like okay, like you rather listen to like Jay-Z or Nas or Kendrick or Drake
Yeah.
than Rhapsody because she's a girl because Rhapsody can probably kill all of them dudes. You know what I'm saying?
And she has.
Yeah. So you could listen to Rhapsody and put her in that category, but are you okay with listening to like Kendrick first and then going to Lotto like right after, or like would you?
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing though. Some people they don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's pigeonholing though. That's like if you want a certain sound, you just know who you're gonna get it from. But it's like us who grew up with the genre. If we want to hear certain types of music, like and Lotto is doing it, or someone like Lotto is doing it, if she's doing it well, there's no reason not to listen to her.
right.
You feel me? Like, in the terms of whatever what they're saying, I ain't gonna lie. That coworker, what they're saying is kind of true because women are putting out some quality fucking projects, and they
Right.
ain't fucking around. It's like the way that they're rapping is like they can go toe to toe with even some of the top niggas. Like obviously Rhapsody's up there, but there's also like even like you saw with the if you heard the Doechii project, that's top fucking quality.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Shay Noir, and like she's doing fucking good. Armani Caesar, part of the fucking Griselda gang. It's like they're putting out things that like if someone that raps like a lyrical rapper is on a song with them, they got to be on their shit. Like
Yeah.
they can't just put they can't put a whack ass verse on their shit because they gonna fucking get bodied, especially from Rhapsody.
Yeah.
You heard that from Busta Rhymes, Crit, Kendrick, like all these niggas has said that shit. They are scared to get on the fucking song with her.
Yep.
You feel me? And it's like that, and it's no like, and also like shout out like that she finally got a fucking Grammy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was she should have got the shit for being on To Pimp a Butterfly, but I digress. You know, but it's like that's kind of true.
I mean, she
But it
deserved that.
shouldn't.
She deserved that shit more than Cardi.
Well, she wasn't nominated the year Cardi was.
I don't.
And no, the Cardi album was not bad, bro.
Man,
No, it was not. It was not a bad album, but I'm gonna say this about the Cardi album, and I'm gonna be short with it. I ain't gonna be long with it. First of all, when half of the people that you got featured on the album, and I'm gonna be honest, Cardi's features on her album saved her, bro. If you look at the
What?
features, oh seriously,
No, you go. Yeah, you just
look
say
at
what
the. If you look at the invasion of privacy, look at the features on that album. We're talking about Cardi B, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure. All right, you look at the features on that album. Those features on that album were her biggest songs, and those artists that she had featured, some of those artists were bigger than her at the time. Her solo songs, go to any solo song on that album, and it does not hit. You know,
That's not.
I,
Oh no.
I I feel like her features really helped her on that album. And then on top of that, I feel like Cardi B is a prime example of when you have a team, right? For example, you got somebody like Prince, right? He had
Yeah.
producers, but he did a lot of his stuff solo as well. Like he was very personal with his music. But you have a Cardi B, you know, and if you get a team together, and she's just the image, but she's a product of having a great team behind making good music. And I have nothing wrong. I don't have nothing wrong against people having writers, but she's a
Right.
product of having a team, bro. But Rap
But that's-
City, Rap
sorry.
City probably don't have writers though.
No, she doesn't. Like her process is different than Cardi's, but the project itself is a result of their both of their processes. So it's like the album itself, the result of it is a quality project, and it was deserving of that Grammy, in my opinion, because I don't know where y'all coming from where her solo songs aren't good, but
I didn't say
they
that.
like a lot of niggas went back to Bodak Yellow, and Making Head is definitely the fucking you know.
That was a Project Pat classic.
Yeah, it's
bro.
like it's a Project Pat classic, but she was just the same way how other niggas have done with their stuff. That's like rappers do that shit. You feel
Yeah.
me? But it's like Be Careful was good. Like even the only one, like there are some that obviously aren't like, but she didn't have no fucking stinkers in my
like
opinion.
Moneybag. You like the Moneybag?
I don't remember Moneybag. That's why I skipped that shit when I was going through the track list.
Okay, but her
but,
biggest song, SZA, Kalani, the
Ring?
Hispanic artist.
Ring was not. Sorry.
Yeah, you had well, the YG song was mid to me. It was really mid, but majority of those songs, I don't know. I'm gonna just say this: when you have writers and you have a team, you should be put in a different category than people who actually write their own music because you have help. Like, that's the reason why people don't put Kanye in the top lyrical conversation because we know that he have had writers. But at the
Yeah.
same time, I don't feel like you should be looked down upon as an artist, but you should be put in a separate category because Michael Jackson did have a team and Prince was more personal with his music. I'm pretty sure he may have had writers too. but he was more personal with the music. That's why they can be compared. So
Well, yeah, it's that's what I'm saying is that like regardless of how, because she's not hiding the process. You feel me?
yeah,
And also being able to get these features is in my opinion an accomplished in and of itself because Bad Bunny and J Balvin like you don't get those features from cheap measures. You feel me? Chance the Rapper, like all those features, and they came through. I don't remember fucking. I don't remember the fucking YG one, but like the song with 21 Savage was good. The song with SZA was good. Like the song with Migos, Rest in Peace Takeoff. His like that was a good song. Like I Get Up 10 definitely was like a fucking uh Dreams and Nightmares type of song, but it's like that's just where the culture was at the time. And I just think that since she was able to always have that type of like sound on the forefront and actually make a song that is unlike like other niggas like 6ix9ine or other people that try to make those type of songs and they don't phone it in like and they phone it in, she didn't. Like she what I think for real she was in the studio as that shit was getting made.
no, I agree. I don't think she was just sending it off. I believe she was hands on with the music, but I believe that when the hype settled down 2 years after the album dropped in 2018, 2 years after 2020, once you realize, okay, your first album, your first only album, have like nominated for a Grammy. You're performing all across the country with this big top album. Your first album, by the way, right?
Right, right.
And it's been what six going on 7 years. Okay, where's the sophomore album? Because she cannot pull a Lauren Hill with the Miseducation because this album wasn't the Miseducation. It wasn't
Right.
a no. This is not Lauren Hill. Your album was not on that level. You can't just say, "Well, I'm not gonna drop a follow up," because she knows at the same time. I believe this her second album will be successful, but the standard is set so high because when your first album get Grammy nominated, you gotta follow up. Just the same way if Nipsey Hussle, R.I.P. to Nip, if he was still here, right,
Mm-hmm.
and that album he dropped, his album after that, people would be like, okay, they will be expecting their expectations will be really high. The same thing what happened to Lil Baby. It's My Turn was such a big album that people were expecting that same caliber. The same thing that happened with Roddy Rich. First album, it was a smash. So when your first
Yeah,
album,
he fell off after the second
yeah,
one.
yeah, when your first album, the bigger your first album is, the higher the standard's gonna be. That's just like
Right.
somebody still saying, "Hey, well, Kanye needs to make a college dropout too." You know,
Right.
like he's in a whole different space.
I mean, that
Like,
was technically late registration though.
But I'm just saying this that like, but I was talking about the album itself, like, cause obviously like her pulling basically a Lauren Hill right now. That's a separate fucking problem. It is, and I do agree with you that is fucking annoying that she keeps saying every fucking year on these award shows that the album is coming, and it's been like 7 years now or six. Damn, my math is off. 6 years now. You feel me? And I don't. Or it's been 7 years because it came out in 2018, right?
yeah, 2018.
It's like it's that is annoying because she's still writing on the coattails of that album and the singles afterwards and just drop like I guess she said that that's working like just doing singles, but it's like how long is that gonna last, but I was just saying that like I was kind of just defending that album because if it beating Astroworld was surprising, but it doesn't mean it didn't deserve it in my
Yeah,
opinion because
no,
it was a good album or
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Yeah, and it wasn't bad. I mean, I don't think the album was terrible, but I just think that year it was so much going on because you had Carter Five drop at the end of the year. You
Yeah.
know, yeah, I know. You had Carter Five drop. You had Astro World.
Yeah.
You had what did Nipsey drop that year? That was the year
Yeah.
after.
Yeah.
But,
Victory Lap
but
dropped the yeah.
it was so much going in 2018 that it was just it was like it was a change happening in music, and I just feel like sometimes the bigger your first album is, it sets the standard. It can set the standard for your future albums because, like Roddy Rich, I mean, he's not trash, But that first album he had was really good, my opinion. I liked it. And then when you dropped your sophomore album, your second album, people were still like, man, what happened? What happened to the My Turn, Little Baby? You know, what happened to, you know, because that album, your first album was so big. So I just feel like with her, she got to do something else, bro, because she can't pull a Lauren Hill, bro. She can't pull a Lauren Hill. Like,
Nah, yeah,
she
she's not
can't.
that. She ain't that certified yet.
No. Lauren Hill could do that. Like, Lauren Hill could do that. But I
I
don't
don't even
know,
like that.
man.
I don't even like that she was doing that shit.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
technically,
I was about to say
technically, Lauren Hill didn't do that though, cause Fuji's.
yeah, I was gonna say she had other songs before her first album, you know, so she has a catalog in some way, and so does Cardi. Like she has a catalog too, but it's like
It ain't like no, she don't. Like it doesn't have like collab. She wasn't a part of a group. Like
no. I mean like discography wise, like she had like projects and shit, you know, but is
oh, like
this
mixtapes.
yeah.
Oh,
Is
You got
this
talking about Cardi B?
yeah?
yeah, Cardi B.
Yeah, and them mixtapes were heavily drill inspired. Like you could tell. I listened to some of those mixtapes like way back when. They were like heavy drill music, kind
It
of
wa-
like had like more.
It wasn't really
Yeah, like-
drill. It was just like more of like a Bronx rap type of style. I don't really know the term for it. I don't think it's drill. It's something else. Whatever it is. But I'm not gonna lie. Like those were like it was one of those mixtapes that like kind of put me on her. I was like, oh, like Cardi, like you know, she got her shit. And like, look, I know I'll be still be making jokes about her album, whatever. I don't hate the album either. It's just I do have like a little bit like disdain of there was just other fucking albums out there. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, even fucking Drake, even though Scorpion was like kind of whatever, like I don't know. It just kind of just rubbed me the wrong way. Like I'm over it now, but it's just
I mean, I know how you feel because that's how I felt about the fucking 2018 Grammys. Why the fuck did Culture get the nomination and Forever is a Mighty Long Time is right there? You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like that pissed me off that they didn't get no fucking nomination. And obviously I knew Kendrick was gonna win everything, but like still like at least give Crit something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cause like ain't no double albums coming out with that type of quality. Like none. Like the last one that was that good was a fucking Outkast album.
But did
And it's
he?
like-
But did he did he do the thing to like get the nomination for it?
Like did he put it up for a nomination?
Yeah.
Hell if I know. I mean, if he did, then sure. Like that. I mean, that doesn't mean that he doesn't deserve it. But
No. No, because remember, like that was the reason why like Cole he never really got any Grammy nomination because he never
yeah.
put his album up for
Yeah.
it. You know.
I mean, I hope that he would be able to answer that. Like that Crit would be able to answer that. But I feel that he should have got.
Some type
A
of
nomination.
recognition.
Yeah, he should have got a nomination because that's more, in my opinion, that's more frustrating than like a lot of other shit. Because that album right there should have been the one to put South as a whole on the map,
Yeah.
and it just
No.
fucking didn't because Anthony Fantano review they gave it a 9 out of 10. A 9 out of 10 wasn't enough.
You
You
gave it
know.
a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, he gave it a 9 out of 10. And he regretted not putting it in his top rap albums of the decade because I think he just because he put it because remember I think I put it in a chat where like he was talking about it with that NPR or NFR podcast
Yeah.
of like albums that you wish you put in your list and it was like Encrypt and that album was one of them. He was like, yeah, that's one of the ones and I don't know why I didn't put it in my list. You feel me?
And
And it's like, oh sorry, what were you saying?
No, go ahead, Trevor.
It was like that's the thing that pisses me off because like if that album in my opinion if that album wasn't gonna do it I don't think any album's gonna do it like for the South unless like he does that again, you feel me, and what he went through making that album he ain't gonna fucking do that.
yeah.
You know, me and Shaq was having this conversation the other day. I wanted to kind of bring this up, and Shaq, I know you kind of gave your opinion, but if you want to reiterate, you can. Do any of y'all have high expectations for the Carter Six? Because, like, you know, Wayne, he got his own. He's under Universal now. He got his own label, Young Money. He's not under Cash Money no more. We know with the Carter Five, it was a lot going on, right? He was going through label issues.
Yeah.
He couldn't drop it. He finally dropped it. It had mixed reviews on it, right? And then now, 6, 7 years later, he's announcing the Carter Six. Um, you can tell by watching the little commercial, he was kind of like throwing little shots. If you ever just pay attention to the commercial he just did, it was kind of like throwing a little shot, right?
Yeah.
But do y'all have any expectations for the Carter Six? I'm kind of nervous because his recent projects, I haven't been really feeling like that. So, do y'all got any high expectations for the Carter Six?
The one he did with Two Chains, was that one good or bad?
No, 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 no. The second one was great. No, I'm talking about that was some of the best rapping I ever heard. Two Chains,
I think
and
it's
I'm,
his accent in general.
but I feel like that project is good. But I'm talking more of his solo stuff, like Funeral, or he had the little EP he dropped last year or something.
Yeah. I like Funeral. I didn't like it all the way because obviously, like, I just don't like that sometimes where he gets certain artists. He tries to make a fucking. You probably know what song I'm talking about. He tries to make a fucking song that caters to that artist's like demographic. Cause the song he did with XXX Tentacion on that album, like, why the fuck are you doing that? You know what I'm saying? And I don't want him to do that on Carter Six. I think that he is in a sense like, you explained the situation of like him and his label and stuff like beforehand. I think that puts him in a position to where he can just do get whoever the fuck he wants to, or get whatever beats he want and shit. Um, but that's up to what he chooses, because like we all know that nigga lives and breathes the studio, unless he's watching sports, or I don't even know if he's gambling. I think he's just watching sports, talking about the shit, and then just being in the studio. Probably doing all three at the same time. So it's
And,
like,
and I don't think he has. I know sometimes he acts like, oh, he's just so out of touch and stuff. I don't think he knows everything that's what's going on, but I don't think Wayne is just that out of touch as he plays. Like he doesn't not know anything. I think he knows a lot of, like, maybe the newer generation. I don't think he knows every album that a Playboy Cardi got, but I think his ear is to the streets a little bit. And I just kind of hope, like what Shaq was saying when I talked to him the other day, like Wayne go back and reach for the OGs, like how he did on Carter Ford,
yeah,
or even I want to see him work with Ross again or something like that. But
yeah,
I mean, I don't really want to see a future, or on this project. Like, nah, go reach for the ones that you know. Give me a Two Chains verse,
mm-hmm.
I like that. Give me Ross. Um, if you want to do Drake and Nicki, that's fine.
T
But
Pain,
T Pain, but just like, don't just try to be hip. You know how, like,
yeah,
yeah, like, don't try to be hip on this album, because like him and Lil Baby, I mean, like, come on, like, I feel like he should reach back to the OGs and put them on this album. So that's
yeah.
it, man. I'm kind of nervous, but
I think he
we'll
can
see.
though, cause he got to get the right beats too though. Like that's
He
the
do.
he can do it, and I'm certain that he can. It's just the niggas, like the people making these beats, they gotta make the best. They gotta make the right ones, and it's hard to get the right ones because, like, in my opinion, that Saturday morning's beat that he did with Corday, that's a good beat, but Corday got it. You feel me? And unfortunately, he's the one fucking rapping on it too. But like, if he had that beat and that was on Carter Six, that would have been perfect, or Carter whatever the fuck. But that's like, he ain't gonna get no Alchemist. He ain't gonna get no damn, like, it'll be great if he got Manny Fresh. He ain't gonna get that. So
Wait, Manny Fresh on a
no, it
Carter
was,
Six?
yeah, he could get a Manny Fresh beat. Just if he's reaching back to OGs and stuff, getting a Manny Fresh beat would be kind of, kind of in line with that since he came up with them.
I was telling Dewan when he asked me about it the first time. I said if Carter Six is going to be his last album, which in my opinion, I feel like it should. I feel like he's done everything he needed to do as far as for rap or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like it needs to be like a generational album because like with Carter from Carter 4, like okay, I said like for Carter 6, I wish they would do like what they did with Carter 4, like when they did with the intro and the interludes with when they had like in the intro they had I think it was him in the beginning, and then during like the interludes or whatever they had like Nas, Busta Rhymes, Andre, Tech Nine,
Yeah.
whatever. That would be cool if he was able to do that again. And in some songs, throw a little baby feature, throw like the younger guys on there if you want to, whatever the case is. Just make it like a timeless type of project. Everything that you've done throughout the past decades, like that's the type of project I would at least hope he would do on Carter 6 because like. Is at this point everybody know he's legendary. His mind, well, I'm going to assume that his mind space is better. His mindset. I mean, he has more control now. He can really pick any producer he wants and get that shit locked down or whatever cases. And I'm pretty sure anybody will be happy to get a fucking Wayne feature or to be featured on Wayne's album. So. And then as far for solo songs, like Wayne can still do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I do. And there was another thing that Dewan said that I kind of wish he had done as well. He could have dropped a dedication. Is it 6 or
Seven.
Probably 7.
7?
7. He did 6 already.
Okay, yeah, he could have did like a dedication 7. Rapped on whoever's beats or whatever. Blah blah blah. And, get people hyped up for Carter 6, and then when Carter 6 drop, just end it with a big bang, and make it a legendary timeless project, at least for me. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
if you can though, because like that's because it's hard to measure up to your greatest projects. Kendrick ain't passed the Pimp a Butterfly yet.
No, I mean, look, I'm not saying it has to be like his best album. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm just saying, I just, for me, if I was gonna do it, let it be something that like I leave off like if it was to be my last album, let it be left off on a good note to show people, hey, I'm that dog for a reason. You know what I'm saying? When they was trying to spark up the whole Wayne versus Kendrick thing or whatever, and he said, "Let this giant sleep." That's to know that like Wayne, he still holds rap to him wholeheartedly, but he ain't really just trying to like just go wild and out like that like how he used to anymore. Even though he did lost.
He never performed good in a beef.
Yeah. I was about to say even though he lost every beef that he probably went into, but just to show people Wayne is still that guy. So might as well make it a timeless project. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta put Griselda on that.
Yeah, I mean, shit, he worked with Bandit before, so...
I know.
I mean, there's so many different directions he can go because you talk to different people. Everybody got their own favorite Carter. Like, my favorite Carter is Carter 2, Yeah. Carter 3 was good, but I feel like rapping-wise, I mean, Carter 2 is just so much advanced, with his rapping-wise. And Carter 4 was like, I just got out of jail, so I'm going to show y'all, But everybody got each in their own favorite Carter, so it just depends. But Carter 3 was more like it gave me like pop vibes,
Mm-hmm.
But he had some rapping on there too. But I don't know. I just feel like when artists keep on dropping, music off a legendary series, I just feel like it kind of does mess up. Like for example, if Kendrick was to drop a How to Pimp a Butterfly 2, I'm pretty sure the expectations would be really high because when you make a sequel to like a really, really, really solid project, so like
I mean, he technically did with Untitled.
Yeah, you're right. Go ahead.
My bad. I know. I didn't even want to. That was it. Though. What were you saying?
Nah, but yeah. So I'm like Shaq, man. Shaq, like, man, why did he still even still drop Carter albums? You know, I know the Carter Five was long overdue, but yeah, that's just my personal opinion on that. But yeah,
Carter
I
Five and
think
fucking Young Sinatra 4 dropped on the same day too. I remember that.
Yeah.
yeah, I do remember that, but I had to give that Carter Five a listen. And
No,
no,
we
I
all
think
did. We all did.
I skipped
yeah,
that XXX and Tashion song so fucking quick though.
that was on.
I
Oh, you did?
bro, I was not. I was. I don't like when he does that shit, dog.
Yeah, because
Like,
he done it like at least 3 times.
Yeah.
like when I got to dedicate, I'm like, okay, all right, I see where he's going. You know, I remember because I scheduled that whole day. Like I remember being in high school. Like that was really a time. You know, because people like, man, we really need we need this Wayne project. But I don't know. I don't know now. He may deliver. He may not.
I mean, as long as I get like at least 2 or 3 songs out of it that I can put on a playlist, I'm good.
But that's just how these younger generations are with this Playboy Cardi wave. Because even though I'm not really like invested into the music like that, bro, like this man got a whole like empire. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna say that he don't deserve it or nothing like that because I don't know his music like that. But obviously, like I can. It kind of goes without saying that he's not for me. But it's just
Mhm.
like the people that do like him as much as they do, they kind of make it seem like he's greater than he actually is, and that's just fucking annoying, in my opinion. It's like regardless if he's that good or not, he ain't that. He's not like the level to where you have to listen to him
Yeah.
because I would have already heard him by now, or I would have heard his discography by now if I had to listen to him. That's just how I feel about it. Because
I don't.
I've gone far pretty fine without listening to a single album of his.
Yeah, yeah. It's not that like you say, but the like even he even got Kanye behind him. You know, but
Yeah, but that's
so
Kanye.
yeah, but it must be. But for Kanye to get behind, I mean, like, nah, I take that back because Rich the Kid got on him. I ain't gonna.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Kanye, well, Kanye is an inspiration to people like Cardi. So it's like because of 808s,
yeah,
but like it's not to say he's not bad. Okay, Cardi's not bad because I know the features that he did, some features that he did were really actually pretty good. I'm just saying that for me personally, a whole album of that shit just would not work well for me, you know. But it worked well for others, and I also saw his concert footage. Like whenever people be like recording from his concerts, them concerts they be whole experiences. So it ain't like he's doing something wrong. It's just like for me, that's just not my type of
I,
style.
I mean, I guess he kind of reminds people of like that rebirth Lil Wayne. You know, not I'm not comparing him skill wise, not at all. But I guess people like back when Lil Wayne was wearing the trunk fit and he was on the skate. He had that. I think it's the style that he has, like that more so people was interested in because, like you said, he got like the anticipation is great. You know,
Yeah,
just how like with the fall off with J Cole. Like I told Shaq, I don't think that J Cole is still working on the fall off. I just think he's trying to find that good time to drop because I don't feel like dropping it right now would be a good time. You know,
honestly, I
and
think that time already passed.
look, look, my boy Shaq say, look, Cole's still working on the fall off. I'm like, man, bro, just waiting on that good time to drop. I think maybe the beginning of 2026 may be a good time, like around March of next year. But dropping the album at the end of the year, it just don't make sense, right? Especially when you're a big artist like J. Cole. But I don't know. What you think
Nah.
about
He could still drop it this year.
I just hope to God he doesn't fucking address the beef again. Just
Yeah.
just put Dreamville artists on your shit. If you really You know,
Yeah.
that's all you got to do, bro.
Just leave
you
that
got a
shit.
whole label.
Leave
You
that
got a
shit
whole
alone.
label of people under you, bro. Just put Dreamville artists on your not all over it, but get like one or two, you know, on your features and stuff. Because Wayne did that and it works. Like it works when people do that shit. And I don't know why they don't do it like that or they don't do it that much.
Is the fall off overdue, or is people still waiting on it? Like,
Bro, it's been overdue. This nigga needs to just drop that shit and just move the fuck on. I'm so tired of that nigga, bro. Like I like J. Cole, he can rap, but god dang, bro, drop some fucking music. Like that's not talking about like stuff that don't nobody care about. We don't not saying that we don't care about his stance in the beef, but he didn't need to drop that song addressing it.
I mean, but like he was doing fine before that because when he dropped might delete later or whatever, he was, he was like talking his shit. You know what I'm saying? It was just only a little bit after that, like he kind of just fucked up. Like you didn't need to bring up anything else about the beef. All you had to just say was, "Hey, I didn't want to take." all you had to say was just like, "I didn't want to take no sides." I got respect to them both, and call it a day. You didn't even need to talk about the shit in your fucking show. You know what I'm saying? Because now, I think that was like their last Dreamville concert, so you left it on a very shitty note, and it's just like. Okay, bro. Like, and then he dropped the Port. I was about to say Port Diablo, Port whatever fucking song, Port Arthur or whatever. Dress it again, like, bro. Just
we get it.
We get it, bro. Like,
did he get watched by Daylight and Ab Solo?
He did.
He got it's
no,
like
no. That
nah, I don't
no. Ab-Soul said that Cole washed him.
I don't believe that, but I don't think anybody watched it. I think Daylight probably watched everybody, but I don't think like it was a that type of song is like that's what I need from like other rappers where it's not like clear who the fuck did the best verse. You know?
I mean I can't make no comparison. They all did their fucking job.
That's what I'm saying. When everybody are doing so good that the question of who did the best is not even like on your mind.
Yeah.
Because it's like I don't think that really matters.
But yeah, as far for like the Fallout shit, like bro, that like the project he did last year, it was fine to me. You know what I'm saying? Despite everything else that was going on, it was fine to me. He was talking his shit. He kept it smooth. Like it was definitely better than that last fucking project he did, whatever the other one was called. Because
I like that
off season.
I didn't like off season. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I feel like off season was a way of him still trying to tap in some of the younger guys and still be more on a modern sound. I'm not saying he was trying to be like today's sound of music, but I feel like it was kind of like,
bro, he was trying to get that fucking Ari Lennox Shea Butter shit off of him, bro. He got tired of niggas like Joe Budden kept talking shit about him, so he had to let niggas know it's just like, hey, bro, like I can fucking rap. You know what I'm saying? Despite folding a couple years later, like I'll give him that. Like I'll give him that he was just trying to talk his shit, but and he still kept it going with some of his features and the project towards after. It's just
and I tried to really like tap in with KOD that dropped. I think KOD dropped the same year Carter 5. I mean, 2018 was a wild year. But the KOD dropped in 2018. I know that album was like a real personal album, whatever. But and he had a big rollout behind that album. Like he had a lot of promotion behind that album.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't try to, and I understand, and I got like relatives that struggle with addiction and stuff. But I just feel like that. I just couldn't. I couldn't really tap into that album like that. But I don't know.
From what one of our old friends used to say, the shit that he was just talking about in some of them songs was like shit that he could have just said like the year before, because like, okay, like the addiction thing with his mom or whatever, that could be left alone. Like we can take that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then 1985, I also say, like, even though it was like a topic that was already been known, I guess it came out at a good time because the whole fuck J. Cole thing with Pump and whatever the other dude's name was. It did its thing, but other songs like and the topics that he was on about, it didn't really age well. You know what I'm saying?
Like Motivate. He had a song called Motivate, and he was just talking about motivate. Like he kept on repeating it over. Like I feel like he had a direction for that album because the promotion was so strong. Like because he was doing like a lot of not a lot of interviews, but he was like doing podcasts, whatever, stuff like that. But
it
I don't know.
it showed like it was like giving off like this is my only time going to use this term. All right, it was giving Unk vibes, bro. It was giving Unk
God.
because like you listen to Born Sinner, right? And you can when Born Sinner came out, Cole was like 20, I believe 28, 29 or whatever. But he was talking from like he matured from the last album while still being tapped in with just being young, you know what I'm saying? And then the next project after that with 2014 Forest Hill, whatever, it was the same energy, you know what I'm saying? He kept it moving. Then when 2016 happened with For Your Eyes or whatever, it was personal, but it was, you know, overall it did its thing. But with KOD, it's just like it sound like you're like now like you're like the crazy uncle that's just trying to fit in and talk about
KOD was a step back.
Yeah, it was just like this would have been cool like if you had just labeled it as like a little mixtape or something and just you just trying to have fun, then okay, you know that we'll give you that. Because what was like what kind of just knocked me off a little bit was his feature run during that time with 21, Royce da 5'9", Moneybagg, all them other dudes, whatever. He was showing growth, you know what I'm saying? Like he was doing his thing. But when you get to the album, it's just like what the fuck is going on? Like it sounds like you're on some Unk vibe shit, bro. Like this shit it's not. And then like after that, like he did a little collaboration with his label, and you're nigga, you're losing on track with your fucking homeboys supposed to be under you. Like nigga, Jill was washing that nigga, bro. Jill was fucking power washing simulation. Just wash that nigga alive, bro. And Boss damn near had like a close second. You know what I'm saying? But and I mean I'm not too familiar with the other guys like Kaz and whoever. But like if them niggas was like really taking their shit serious, I'm pretty sure everybody in his fucking label will pretty much watch Cole. You know? And I hate to say it because Cole's like, you know, he helped me in certain situations or whatever, but it was just like Cole, what are you doing? You know? But to make a long,
he's becoming the people's favorite. That's really what he's more important about. Is that like his songs like resonate with multiple different people, like especially women.
Yeah,
it's like it's not, and he's genuine about it. He's not just like trying to phone it in, trying to, you know, not get rich, but like just inflate his career. It's like no, he's remembering the stuff that he's promised to people to motivate them to continue doing better in their lives.
Right.
It's like if you promise to like shout somebody out or attend someone's graduation while they're a fucking freshman and you remember that shit, that goes a long way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like that's what like I think that kind of puts him where he is, and he deserves to be there because of him being just a genuine person, and also because of projects like what was it? Damn. The For Your Eyes Only project.
Yeah.
Like that kind of that's the J. Cole that I like, but it's either that or like Born Sinner J. Cole. But we all know what the fuck J. Cole's gonna do on Fall Off.
But you know, and I think even with Off Season, I just think that was like kind of like a point to prove, and I just feel like with this, like you know, and I didn't tap in with J. Cole, you know, for a while. Now I wasn't heavy into him, but around like KOD, that's when I started like, okay, let me give him a listen. Then I went back to his older projects. But I feel like on the Fall Off, I think he's kind of overthinking it because I watched his interview with Yachty, and I think he's trying to he was basically saying like, hey, like, look, I'm gonna still let people know I can rap type of stuff, and I don't think he has to do that because we know Cole can rap. Like, he don't have to prove on this next project that he could rap. I just think that people just want you to drop the album. You know, if you want to put Drake on it, that's fine, but I just feel like he may be overthinking it because you don't have to prove that you know how to rap. Like people
Yeah,
respect Cole as a lyricist because sometimes when you try to only to prove that you could rap, sometimes it kind of shows in the music, and it's
yeah,
like we don't want to hear you talking about how oh people don't respect your pen. Just rap, like
yeah.
like don't be trying to have lyrics in your project talking about yeah trying to like have people doubting you and stuff like that. I don't think we want to hear that. We just want to hear you rap and drop the
I mean,
album.
he proved that he can rap with that damn feature on that he did.
Yeah, like, but people, I just feel like sometimes is that like certain artists. Well, I'm not gonna bring up Sean because he not even on his level. But I just
Damn.
feel like I feel like Cole Cole has more people that is with him than against him. I mean,
Yeah.
I really like. I believe that there was a Cole hate train, but it's like now I don't think he has no hate train. Like now, like I just feel like he just needs to drop the album. But like you said, it's long overdue. So.
It's the hate train that was going on with J. Cole was at its strongest when he was beefing with No Name. Like when he recovered from that, like honestly, like it never got that bad. Even with this Drake and Kendrick beef, it didn't really get that bad. The No Name stuff, that honestly, if he would have went about it any worse than he did, he kind of would have probably been canceled. You feel
Yeah,
me?
and I feel like even back then, and like with the non-name situation, even you go back then, even to the KOD, I mean, even addressing like Lil Pump, like him even sitting down with Lil Pump, that was crazy. You know,
Yeah,
like how Shaq say that, like you like the like you trying to be like like man, addressing Lil Pump, like that was crazy.
it
You
was.
know,
I didn't even fucking watch that. I didn't really watch that interview. I was like, why the fuck did he even? I don't know, bro. I didn't like the
Hey
even like
yo,
that shit.
no, he was really
no,
he was really counseling him in that interview.
yeah,
Yeah.
uh, I'm gonna cut it. Well, it's about to end anyway, but I'm gonna cut it a little short because I am getting a bit dozed off since I've been up
Doozy.
all night. But we'll save all the better more. Not, no, that sounds rude. We'll save whatever other extra ideas and topics we have for the next stream. But hopefully we this one came out well. I mean, kind of have some good shit to talk about with this one.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
And
Dewan,
make that chat trailer.
You what?
Make that chat that I could
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
uh
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
post the
did.
ideas in.
I did. I think
Okay,
it's at the
which one
top.
is it?
Talking topics. Can you see it?
Okay, I see it now.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it locked? Okay, no, it's not.
It's private, like
All right,
because I gotta make only certain people be able to see it.
all right. That's a bit.
yeah, yeah, because also like the past couple of days, like Dewan, he be coming up with topics and shit. And I'm just like, bro, like just start putting it like in the chat or just saving your notes so whenever we do have like our streams again, we don't have to just kind of just come up with something like out of the blue. We'll just go into like what we got right then and there.
Yeah.
And I will say, just so we can just start like expanding a little bit more, yeah, we what's the best way I can say it? We need to start expanding a little bit like on some other music a little bit more. Like the one like I won't say like try and tap back into like some of the older songs from like the 2000s or whatever. I would say Trevin like look into some songs from like the younger generation to see if anything kind of clicks with you. Not saying that y'all don't already, but just so like that's why I do. That's why like whenever I do talk to Dewan, like I be listening now to see like what artists he be talking about. And so whenever I do like give them a listen and shit like that, I'll be like, okay, this is what he is. So it's like even though this artist not really meant for me, at least I can kind of get like a picture of like where it's going and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, just kind of keeps everything refreshed and just to see where everything is at.
No, I feel you.
And
Yeah.
this was good, man. This was a
Mhm.
good, I don't know what is this, a podcast now, just a stream. I don't know, but it's dope. How we doing it?
Yeah.
So,
We just freestyling as we go.
Yeah.
can we stick with this time, Trevin? Does this time work with you?
Yeah, it's fine.
Or 10 is better.
No,
Wait.
9 is fine. I'm up because I gotta get. I get up, get my kids ready for school, so I'm cool.
Yeah.
All right, so not
9 is fine for me.
or nine's a bit.
Yeah. Little 2-hour streams aren't that bad.
No, it ain't.
But to anybody who is watching or who is going to watch, thank y'all for tuning in. Until next Music Mondays. Until then, see y'all later.
Yes, sir.
Peace.